A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. This afternoon we present A Cup of Cold Water, a drama inspired by a teaching set forth in the 10th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. A teaching from the greatest life ever lived. The town of Jezreel in Galilee is bathed now in the purpling shadows of evening. The walls of the modest white houses reflect the rays of a setting sun, and the sounds and activity of another busy day are beginning to settle into the quiet that comes with the dusk. Along the street that leads from the town gate, a solitary traveler makes his way slowly, as though tired from a long journey. The dust of the road clings to the man's homespun garment, and his face is burned from the sun. Now, he stops. He looks about him and finally chooses one house. He goes to the door, and there he knocks.
Yes. Do you seek someone in this house, stranger?
Friend, I would ask you to do me a kindness. I have come a far distance this day, and I am tired and thirsty. Would you take in a weary traveler and give him a place to rest, some water to drink?
Well, you seem like a decent, honest man. Yes, come in.
Thank you, friend.
Sit here on this stool. I shall get you some water with which to wash.
Simon, who is it? What did it... Oh.
Peace to you, good woman, and to this house.
Thank you, sir.
Lois, this stranger is dusty and tired from a long journey. Come, we shall get some water for him. Come, Lois.
Thank you, friend.
Simon, there will scarcely be enough food for the two of us. How could you invite a stranger?
He knocked, and he asked to rest. So we must help him, Lois. Besides, there is something about that man.
He looks no different from other men. Except perhaps the gentle way he has about him.
So it's more than that. I know that man.
You called him a stranger?
I know. I can't tell you his name. I can't even say that I know him at all. And yet there is something familiar about him.
An odd way to talk. Either you know someone or you don't.
Well, I must have seen him before somewhere, someplace. Well, perhaps it'll come to me before the evening is over. In the meantime, we must get water for him to wash with, and we must share our meal with him.
Sir, I'm sorry if there wasn't very much to eat, but you knew that we were to have a guest this evening.
Sometimes a little shared with good people can be far more satisfying than much food eaten alone. Besides, it is I who should apologize. It's my fault there was not enough.
No, please, don't say that.
There would have been enough for two. It was kind of you to take me in. Others had turned me away.
You mustn't judge them too harshly. People in this town, in this whole province, are frightened. Of late, there have been sudden raids by a band of nomads who come across the Samaritan border to attack and steal and then disappear across the border again. Everyone here is anxious and suspicious.
And they thought I might be one of them. Is that it?
When people are anxious, they suspect everyone.
Is that why you watched me so closely while we ate?
Did I watch you so closely?
Of the three of us, you ate least. You kept staring at me. What is it? Don't you trust me?
Of course. But I have a feeling that I know you, that I've seen you before, but I don't know where.
Tell me, my friend, have you ever come to hear the Master when he is taught here in Jezreel?
Yes, I have.
Then perhaps you saw me there.
Lois, I remember now where I saw him.
And so do I. He is one of the 12.
Yes. My name is John.
Now I know. Well, John, it is no small honor to have you as a guest in this humble house.
The honor and good fortune are mine, Simon, to have fallen in with friends, with followers of the Master. People...
Please, John, don't say that. Not that way.
What is it, Simon?
Please, just don't talk that way.
What troubles you?
Well, mind you, I have nothing against the Master. Nor do I say his teachings are not good. But as to being a follower of his, well, that's quite another matter.
If my presence here troubles you in any way...
Well, there's no need to leave, John. But neither is there any need to make a point of this with others. We shall keep this quiet, shall we?
You seem so frightened.
The door. A knock like that, it's not the knock of a friend.
We had better answer it, Simon.
Yes, I'll answer it.
Well, don't stand there peering out at me. Let me in.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, let me see. Let me have a look around.
Well, sir, there's nothing here to interest a Roman centurion. We're simple, honest people.
Be quiet.
Yes, sir.
You're the man who owns this house? This is your wife?
Yes.
But this man, who is he? You, stand up.
Yes, sir.
Haven't seen you around these parts before. Have I?
I don't know.
I want no evasive answers.
I have been here before, but whether you've seen me, I don't know.
Oh, a word splitter. One of those annoying people of whom there seem to be so many in this cursed land. Well, I won't have it. I want answers, direct, to the point. You understand?
You have only to ask.
See here, I might take you with me just because of your sheer insolence. We Romans don't indulge insolence, you know.
Please, sir. Please, we want no trouble here. There's nothing wrong here. I am no follower of the Master, nor is my wife. We're simple people and willing to obey all the laws. What any Roman officer commands, we do. Please, sir, we want no trouble.
Be still.
Sir, if you have come seeking followers of the Master, you've found one here at least. I am a follower. And if you would take me, do so. But don't harm these good people. They were only doing an act of kindness by taking me in.
What is all this prattling about the Master?
Isn't that what you came to ask?
I'm not interested in what wandering prophets teach or in who listens to them. It's a business for madmen and fools.
Then what do you want?
We had received word that those raiders were at large again this night, that they crossed the border from Samaria. I wondered if some of them had already filtered into the town in the guise of travelers. They've done that before, you know.
Yes, I've heard. Well, if that's what you seek, we have no one here except this one man, and he's no bandit or thief.
Yes, I can see that. Well, I shall be on my way. If you hear or see anything suspicious, let us know at the encampment. Ask for me, the centurion.
Yes, sir, we will.
Good evening.
I thought it was the end of it. You never know with those Roman soldiers. For nothing. For absolutely nothing. They'll drag a man down to their encampment and torture him there till he confesses to anything. You can't be too careful with them.
Simon, please. Sit down. Rest. You look so pale and frightened.
Frightened? Yes. John, you must be ashamed of me.
No, Simon.
But you must. How quick I was to deny that I knew anything about the Master.
You were a little afraid.
But you weren't. I admired the way you stood up to that centurion. The way you said so bravely that you were a disciple. I couldn't have done that. Maybe now you know why I can't follow the master. Though I believe every word I've ever heard him say, I still can't admit it openly and follow him. Too many people disapprove. There's danger in that. And I'm a timid, frightened man. I cannot face that kind of danger.
If you are on the side of God, Simon, there's nothing to fear. Remember that always. It takes courage. You will find it, Simon. You'll find it.
I hope so.
Now, you've been kind enough to me, both of you. And I've brought you only trouble.
No, John. It's been no trouble.
Because of me, there was almost trouble with the centurion. Perhaps it would be best if I went on, now that I'm refreshed and no longer hungry.
Leave now? After what the centurion said about the bandits being at large this night?
It was only a rumor.
And if it turns out to be true?
What have I that anyone can steal?
Well, these bandits are merciless. They've been known to kill people precisely because they had nothing to steal. As if it were the victim's fault that he was poor. No, you must not leave here, not this night.
You want me to sleep here?
We can make you a bed of straw in the kitchen. Surely it will be better than sleeping out in the open. Please, stay the night here.
If you would feel better, I shall stay.
Oh, good. Good. First I shall clear the table, and then I shall prepare a place for you to sleep. Meantime, you two men may talk. I'm sure there is a great deal Simon has to ask you. Isn't there, Simon?
Yes. Yes, Lois. And then, John, you must tell me what happened after that.
The master had gathered all the disciples about him. We were on the very top of the hill. And as we stood there, he spoke to us. And he said,
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Oh, such words. And John, what a wonderful thing for those who have the courage to follow them.
Simon, you would have the courage.
No, John. You have seen the little courage that I have. It's been the bane of my life. I have not the courage to say what I think or to do what I want to do. Such teachings of kindness and love take more courage than I have.
One day you will be with us, Simon.
I can tell you now I'm not worthy. The Master himself spoke of being persecuted and... Listen. That sound. A Roman chariot.
It seems the centurion may have been right. Perhaps the bandits are in the vicinity.
Yes. Oh, I was telling you, John, what the Master said about being persecuted. To withstand that takes the kind of courage that I don't have.
That comes with believing, Simon.
I know. Oh, I was very proud of you when you faced the centurion and spoke up, saying you were a follower of the Master. Yes, I was proud that such a man was a guest in my humble house. But then I was ashamed that I didn't have the courage to stand up and be equally honest and brave.
If a man were never to walk, would he know if he could run?
You're being too kind to me, John. That sound again. The Romans seem to be out in force.
Yes. The bandits must be in the vicinity tonight, and the Romans are out in force.
What a pity. Well, sure, you can't mean it would be a pity if they were caught, can you, John?
It's a pity that blood will be shed this night.
Bandit blood? Roman blood?
Human blood, in any case. Simon, would you give me a moment that I might pray?
Pray? What for?
Oh, the bandits. and the Romans.
Yes, John. I shall be quiet, so you may pray.
Simon, good morning.
Quiet, my dear. Our visitor hasn't awakened yet. I heard no sound from the kitchen.
Poor man. He must have been very tired.
He told me he walked all the way from Nazareth yesterday.
Then no wonder he's tired. Yes, we shall let him sleep.
What a good, kind man he is, Lois. Last night he prayed for the Romans and the bandits.
He did that?
Yes. And when he had finished, he said, God is good. May justice be done without blood being shed.
You know, Simon, I was thinking last night that in a way you're like him.
Me? Oh, no. No, I have neither his gentleness nor his courage.
But you would like to have, wouldn't you?
Listen, everybody, did you hear the news?
Who's that who calls that way, Simon?
I don't know. But if he keeps shouting, he'll wake John, and the poor man needs sleep. I'll quiet that fellow.
Listen, everybody, they've caught them. Yes, they've got them.
Be quiet, Daniel. You're rousing everyone.
What's the matter? Won't it be a relief to you that they finally caught those bandits?
Oh, they have?
That's the word I got from the sentry at the town gate. He said that all night the Romans kept pouring out of the town. He's sure they finally rounded up those raiders. So this town will be free of any more attacks now.
Tell me, do you know if any of them were killed?
Who cares if they were all killed? The important thing is the Romans have finally got them. Hey, listen, everybody.
Please, Daniel, lower your voice.
Hey, what's the matter with you, Simon? You don't seem happy that the bandits have been caught. You don't want me to raise my voice. Whose side are you on?
Well, I'm glad the bandits were caught. Of course I'm glad.
I wonder. A lot of people don't think too well of you, Simon. You're strange, different. And people notice it, let me tell you.
Different? Me? I'm not different from anyone else in this town. Yes, I'm glad the bandits were caught. And if some of them were killed in the process, it had to be. Yes, and you should go announce it to everyone. Of course. Of course, Daniel.
All right, then. Let's have no nonsense out of you. Hey, listen, everyone. The Romans have caught those bandits. The Romans have caught them.
Oh, they've caught them, Simon.
Oh, John. We thought you were asleep.
Asleep? No. I've been saying my morning prayers.
Tell me, did you hear what I said?
Yes, I did hear, Simon.
Then you know that once again I was afraid to say what I really felt.
Then we must be glad that at least you were concerned about whether any blood was shed.
Do you think that's a hopeful sign?
A very hopeful sign, Simon.
Thank you, John. And now, Lois, the morning meal. Our guest shall eat well, for he still has a long journey to make.
I have made a small pack of food for you, John. You shall have enough to eat to last you on your whole journey.
Thank you, Lois. You are a generous and considerate woman.
Listen. What's that?
It seems the whole town is out.
I wonder, could it be that the Romans are returning to the town? We must see. Yes, the street is lined with people. Yet I see no sign of Romans or captives.
Perhaps your friend Daniel aroused everyone with a false rumor.
It would seem that way.
There they are.
But surely the people have seen something the way they call out now.
Yes, I can see now. That centurion rides at the head of a long procession.
And look, behind them there are some soldiers, and then some others who are not dressed in uniform.
Look, Simon, there are not only men, but there are women, too.
Yes, the Romans must have crossed the border and captured that whole tribe of men. Yes, look, now you can see them.
That's the bandits.
Oh, look, some of Other people have seized stones, and they throw them at the prisoners.
Lois, that woman. The one carrying the child. She was hit. And look, now the crowd surges forward.
Stand back. Everyone, stand back. That's right. Stand back. These thieves are now prisoners of the Roman authority. We shall deal with them.
Look, Simon, the woman who carried the child, the one who was hit with the stone, she's trembling. She seems unable to walk any further.
Yes. She's about to fall. No, there, one of the soldiers caught her.
What is it, soldier?
This woman, sir, she can't go on anymore.
We've marched a good way since last night. I don't wonder she's so tired. We will rest here. At ease. Allow the woman and her child to sit down.
Aye, sir.
Let them rest, is it? Perhaps we should treat these marauders like honored guests. Turn them over to us. We'll show you what to do with us.
Be still and stand back. I want no one of you coming close to these prisoners on any pretext.
Simon, I keep watching that poor woman and her child.
Yes. Look at the child. Tired and thirsty. An innocent child suffering because of the sins of its father.
Water. For my child. Please, not for me, but for my child. Please, a cup of cold water.
Perhaps you should have thought of the child before you sent your menfolk marauding and stealing through our Galilean countryside.
Please, a pity. A cup of water for the child.
Be still, woman. You'll get water when we reach our encampment.
The child is thirsty now.
And she will be thirsty for a while longer.
It isn't right for the child to be punished. What wrong could such a little girl have done that they would deny her water? Yet no one moved to get the child a drink. Do they, Simon? I would like to do it. Then why not? You can see the crowd. You know how they feel. And didn't the centurion himself say that no one was to draw near to those captives on any pretext? Simon, a thirsty child. Will you call her a captive? Believe me, John, I would like to do it. I would like to, but it's the same thing. No courage. No courage.
They've had enough rest. Get them on their feet.
Aye, sir.
Walk. Please, some water for my child.
Get them to their feet and moving.
Look at them. Exhausted, and yet now they would drive them. It's a long march to the encampment. Simon, John, where is Simon?
Wait, my good woman.
But he stood beside us only a moment ago.
And here he comes now.
Simon!
Please, Lois, stand aside.
Simon, you carry a cup of water.
The child is thirsty. Let me through. Let me through.
Hey, look! Look at Simon carrying water to feed.
Let me through. Now, let me through, do you hear?
Get them moving, I said. What is it? What holds up our progress now?
Sir, I do.
What's the meaning of this? I gave orders that no one was to approach these prisoners. You dared disobey my orders?
The child, sir. Here is water for the child.
Please, sir, let my child drink. Let us drink.
Well, all right, get on with it.
Here, woman. I shall hold the cup for the child. Here. Drink, little one.
Thank you, sir.
Get them moving. Get them moving.
Now, woman, on your way. On your way. There, woman. The child has finished drinking.
Bless you, sir, for your kindness. Bless you.
God be with you, poor woman. John, I don't believe what I hear. You can't mean what you said.
Why not? Only a day's journey from here, we shall find the master.
But then you think I'm worthy to follow him.
I think you are. And I believe that when you know it, you shall have more courage and even more belief in his way.
But I did only such a little thing.
I, too, was proud of you, Simon. The way you went through that hostile crowd, and even past the Roman soldiers. And when the centurion questioned you, you spoke up surely and bravely.
Lois, I wasn't brave. I was afraid. Very much afraid.
Which means you are brave indeed. For what is bravery except the strength to overcome fear?
Yes, Simon, both of you will come with me to see the master. If you say so, John. If you say so.
You have earned it, Simon, by your compassion and by your courage.
It was such a small thing I did.
Be still now, for we approach the master. Be still. Master, I have brought to you this good man and his wife. For a long time he has wanted to follow in your way, but thought he lacked the courage. Yet he is good and kind. He opened his house to me, though to him I was only a stranger. And in the face of threats and warnings, he undertook risk, merely to give a drink of cold water to a thirsty, unfortunate child. And still he feels he is unworthy. What say you, Master?
He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only, in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward.
Lois, did you hear? Oh, Master, thank you. Thank you, Master.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on this same network at this time, we will present The Story of Zacchaeus, based on an event from the 19th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Luke. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. On December 25th, an inspirational Christmas story, No Room at the Inn, will be brought to you on television over another network by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. We invite you to see it.
greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Today, we present Voyage to Rome, a drama based upon events set forth in the 27th chapter of the Acts of the Apostles. Events which are all part of the greatest life ever lived. The resplendent city of Caesarea rises up from the coastline of the Holy Land and faces the Great Sea. This is the capital of Caesar in this part of the world, and is in appearance almost as Rome itself. Here, all the notables of Judea and Galilee and Syria come to mingle with Roman nobility. And here to this city has come the Apostle Paul to teach the way of his Lord. But his teaching has brought him great danger, for he has been seized and imprisoned, and only the fact that he is a citizen of Rome has kept him from being tried by the authorities in Caesarea. So it has been decided that Paul shall be returned to Rome to stand trial there for his teaching. Now, on this day at the Great Wharf of Caesarea, a number of prisoners wait in chains to be placed aboard a vessel to start the long, difficult journey to Rome.
Prisoners, you will stand in a straight line while the honored Centurion Julius inspects you. At attention, I said.
They're ready, sir.
Good, Tertius. I thought I could pick him out just by looking at him. Which one is he?
Which one?
The one who claims special privilege because he is a citizen of Rome.
Oh, that one. Yes, sir.
Well, no wonder I couldn't pick him out. Look at him. Just in such poor clothes. So you're the one, hmm?
I am, sir. Paul of Tarsus, citizen of the Roman Empire.
You do no credit to Rome, dressed like a poor man. And from what I hear you teach of a strange God.
I teach of my Lord, Jesus of Nazareth.
And for your teaching, you will pay with your life. You know that, don't you?
I know only that I must teach, and to pass on to those whom I meet the truth, as I know it.
Well, let me warn you now. There'll be no teaching on this voyage. My assignment is to take you to Rome, to deliver you to the authorities there. This I will do. But without trouble from you, do you understand?
Centurion, you are an extremely anxious man. In some way you fear me, yet I have no hatred against you. How much better your life would be if you could trust and love your fellow man.
That's the way it starts, sir. You always talk that way.
Well, it won't start it with me.
March the prisoners on board.
Yes, sir.
Prisoners, march.
As for you, noble Paul, you best watch your ways, do you understand?
March.
So, Tertius, you say he insisted on seeing me?
Yes, sir.
Well, Paul, only a single day has gone by and you come to register a complaint.
Well, no complaint, Reverend.
Oh.
There was only a single request that I'd had. I hear that at dawn this vessel arrives in Sidon, and there I have many friends.
What of it?
If you would grant me the liberty, I would like to visit them. For who knows that I will ever have the opportunity to see them again, the charge against me being so grave.
A man with a grave charge against him might see fit to escape. Better to be a fugitive than dead, huh?
I will not seek to escape.
They never do.
Please, sir.
Have you no compassion? I'm a soldier. I'm not trained to have compassion. I'm not paid to be merciful. I'm not a centurion because I practice leniency. I am what I am because those in command trust me to do my duty, and I will do it. A pity. A man so resolute as you could be of great service in a worthy cause. And what does that mean? Would that you were so strong in the cause of righteousness. What a pity that you have never heard the teaching of love which my Lord pronounced on the mount. I don't know what you're talking about. Shall I take him back to the hole, sir? No, not yet. I'd like to hear this teaching. There can be no harm in it. I was not there when he taught these words, but I've heard them many times since from his disciples. And in my mind, I've even heard the way they must have sounded as he said them. You have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Yes, my friend, those are his words. The way of life he has pointed out to us. Would that all men followed those words. I see you do not believe them. I do not. Too bad. But now, as to my request, may I have the freedom to visit my friend? I've told you. Now, wait, I think it might be arranged. Tertius, when the boat reaches Sidon, you will allow this man his freedom. Sure. Do I hear right? Yes, Tertius. Now, prisoner, you'll return below deck. Yes, sir. And thank you. Sir, if you let him go for a day, you'll never see him again. And you know they regard him as a very important prisoner. I know that. He's not as free as he thinks. He'll be followed. Let him try to escape, and there'll be the provocation to kill him. He's a dangerous man. He really believes what he says. The piercing look in his eyes, even while he talks so gently. I don't like that either. Nor do I. And to have such a man with us for the many months it will take to make this journey, I don't like that prospect. So he will go free for the day. And we will follow him and take another soldier with you as a witness. We'll need strong proof against him, for he's a Roman citizen. Then at the first time that he seeks to escape, you'll apprehend him and bring him back. Attempt to escape to justify executing him. Yes, we may be rid of him very soon. Tertius, don't stand there mumbling. Speak up. What happened? I don't know. I saw him one moment, and in the next moment he was gone. Gone? We had followed him closely. Had seen him go from house to house. People greeted him. He went inside. Always he came out. Always I followed him to the next place. Yet you lost him. You let him get away. I don't know how it happened. I don't. But you do know what this will mean to me. Think of what will happen when we reach Rome. They'll ask for this special prisoner, and I'll not be able to produce him. Think of what will happen to me. I should have you ask for this. Please, sir, please. Let me go by my throat. As you were. Yes, sir. Yes. Come in. You're surprised to see me, sir? You should not be. I gave you my word. But still you had the chance to escape. But that would mean that I value my life more highly than yours. More highly than the mission on which I go. That is not so. I would not put you in jeopardy by escaping. Nor would I turn from the work which awaits me in Rome. Work? A trial awaits you there. And even death, yes. But before that, I will have the opportunity to teach of my Lord to Caesar himself. I would not seek to save my life and lose that chance. So you see, it was not really necessary to send Tertius after me. We'll return to the hold of the ship. Yes, sir.
He knew that we followed him, that we lost him. And in spite of that, he returned. So he really believed what his Lord teaches. He even risked his life to save us, his enemies. But surely we would both have been sentenced to death for allowing him to escape. He's the strangest man I ever met. Well, if this is returned, we can set sail again. Give the order to the captain of the vessel. Yes, sir. Captain, it is not my duty to instruct you in the sailing of the vessel. It is yours. You're both owner and captain.
Oh, yet as centurion in command, you have soldiers and prisoners aboard this vessel. You are responsible for their safety. So I thought it best to consult you before we start the longest and possibly the most dangerous part of the voyage.
From Crete here to the coast of Rome, there's no chance to sail along sheltered coastline.
No, sir.
Yet you believe we can make the journey in comparative safety.
I think so.
And I'm willing to abide by your decision.
Sir, I do not wish to interrupt.
You've already interrupted. What is it?
The prisoner, Paul.
We've had no trouble from him since we left Sidon. What's happened now?
He insists that he must speak to you.
Once we have set sail, I will have time to talk to him.
But he claims he cannot wait. He must see you at once, before we lift anchor.
Indeed. Bring him up here. He will have his chance to see me, but he'll regret it. Bring him to me at once.
Yes, sir.
That man, there'll never be an end of trouble with him.
Yes, I've noticed him. He's a man with a religious air. For hours he will sit silently praying within himself, and around him there seems always to be an aura of some kind. The way the other prisoners respect him. The way... There he is.
Well, Paul, you've insisted on seeing me. You've even insisted on having us put off the lifting of the anchor till we have talked. Doesn't it suit your pleasure to sail at this time?
Sir, I feel sure that the sail now is to cause danger and difficulty.
Captain?
The man doesn't know what he's talking about. I have a strong premonition. There will be storms and tempests. The ship will be in danger, and all of us will be risking our lives. Nonsense, Captain. I beg you to put off the sailing. I tell you, I have a strong feeling about this. I have my cargo and my profits to think of. The ship cannot lie idle here in Crete. I say we sail.
And yet, Captain, it's still.
Yes, sir.
Who are you to proclaim yourself an expert over the winds and the tides? If the captain says it is safe to sail, we will do so. And another word out of you will bring you great punishment.
I have done my part by warning you. I can do no more.
Church is taken below.
Yes, sir. Come along.
Captain, we will sail. Then I will devise some punishment to put this prisoner. Takes it upon himself to instruct us in our duty. So, Paul, you have taken it upon yourself to be responsible for the lives of all of us. You would instruct us in our duty.
I meant only to do good.
Did you?
Sir, why do you treat me as your enemy when I would only be your friend? Well, I said to help you, not to hurt you.
You know I don't trust you.
That's because you've lived a lifetime among people who hate and distrust others. If only you would listen to the words of my master, if only...
I've not called you to my cabin to discuss such things with you, but only to warn you. You risk your life by seeking to tell me or the captain of this vessel how things should be run. To give you a taste of how things will be unless you change your ways, I've decided that you will be beaten.
If you have set your mind to it, I will not try to change it. For I believe that in spite of all this, you're a good man at heart. And once you know the truth, you will change. If it will make you feel better to beat me, do so.
See here, I want no tricks out of you.
You have said I am to be beaten. I am ready.
Come in.
Sir, I've been sent to tell you there's trouble.
The prisoners. Have you voted?
No, sir. This word is from the captain. We're heading into a storm, a very bad storm. Everyone must stand by. We will need every able-bodied man.
A bad storm?
Yes, sir.
I will go above and join the captain.
And we'll see how things really look. And this one, what do you want done with him?
I want him
I would want him returned to the hold where the other prisoners are.
Thank you, sir. I will not forget this kindness.
There's not time. There's no time for anything now but thinking of the danger we are in. Captain, is there anything we can do?
Nothing more than we've done already. I've had all the sails gathered in. We can only put ourselves at the mercy of the storm and the wind and ride with it, hoping that the storm will be over soon.
But you said that yesterday. This storm will never end if one can judge by looking at the sky.
It must come to an end sometime.
We will come to an end before this storm does. Do something, Captain. Do something.
Hold fast!
With every wave, more water seeps into the hold. Already our decks are almost level with the sea itself.
I know. I've been watching. There is a point at which the vessel becomes so heavy that we must lighten it. We may have arrived at that point now.
What can you do?
I will give the order. And I will need the help of your prisoners to carry it out.
Whatever you command, they will do. Give the order.
All hands! Make ready to hurl the cargo over the side. All hands!
Still it rages. And now the danger is even worse than before. What is there left to do, Captain?
Nothing. The cargo is over the side. We have hurled all the spare tackle over the side. There's nothing left to do. And therein lies the danger. The crew knows how badly off we are. They know there is nothing left to do. From now on, we can expect the worst. Mutiny. Even outright killing.
I have my band of soldiers. You need not fear.
They will be of little use now, for they're as much afraid as my sailors. They'll be as desperate and as dangerous. Yes, you might as well be ready for panic. At any moment now.
And to think that all this could have been averted.
We could not know there would be such a storm.
He warned us.
You mean the prisoner, Paul?
Yes, he warned us. We would not listen. Now his worst prophecy is coming true.
Stand back. Well, the trouble is beginning, I fear. Look there, forward on the deck.
There still is some tortoise in the band.
This is what I feared. I will try to quiet them. Men, do not do anything rash or hasty. For together we have a chance. Together we may yet come out of this.
Together we'll die. You got us into this, and we mean to make you pay for it. Sailors, take heed. I warn you now. The Roman soldiers aboard this vessel, if you lift a hand against your captain or me, we'll all be killed. Did you hear that? We'll all be killed. Well, that's no trick now. We die anyway.
Come on, men. Centurion, they do mean to kill us. See, they have weapons.
Stand back, I warn you. Stand back. Your warnings won't save you now.
My friends! My friends! Listen to me.
Paul.
My friends, don't do anything now that you will regret. For if you think that you're all to die, you are mistaken. I give you my word that not a man will be lost. Turn back. Let there be no violence.
Wait, men. How can you be so sure that we will all survive?
There stood by me this night the angel of God, whose I am, and whom I serve, saying, fear not, Paul. You must be brought before Caesar. And lo, God hath given you all men that sail with you. Therefore, my friends, do not be afraid, for I believe God that it shall be even as it was told.
Did you hear that?
Yes, but I don't believe him.
The question is, will the men believe him?
Listen up. How do we know that you tell us the truth?
Yes, I don't know.
Before we set sail, I foretold that there would be a great storm, and there was. Now I tell you, we will all be saved. It is the word of the God whom I serve. If I told you the truth before, believe that this is the truth now. It is the truth. He did foretell the storm. If you would be saved, believe him now. Believe him. What do you say, men? Do we believe him? Well, we'll wait a little while and see. But not even his God will be able to save him if he's lied to it. I wouldn't have believed it, sir. All right, Christy. The storm has come. The men have come. But we're a long way from being safe, Centurion. Why do you say that, Captain? Our rudder washed away, no tackle left with which to work. We drift aimlessly. Sooner or later, we must reach land. Must we? You think we won't make it? I haven't said we wouldn't, but don't expect too much. Our fate is in the laps of the gods. Paul says we are in the hands of his God. A powerful God. Don't expect too much, that's all I have to say. There, Captain. You see, yes, land is one thing, reaching toward another. This may be a treacherous coastline. Let me have a look. Well, is it a familiar view? I'm afraid it is. Afraid? Why? If this is the place I think, then there is a great whirlpool close by. Two seas run together near here. We are not yet safely out of this. Stand by, and we will soon see. I told you, Centurion, I warned you. We're in the midst of it now. Is there nothing we can do? If we are lucky, we may drift through to calmer water, but if not, we will crash on the rocks. In any event, we had best get all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Release all prisoners. Every man stand by. On the ground, on the rock. Men, you will not serve any purpose by becoming panicky now. Hold fast. Every man will be saved if it is possible. Captain, what do we do now? The vessel is pinned here on this rock. She will be pounded to pieces by the swirling water. Yet we are close enough to land. Those who can swim can probably make it. Then I will give the order. We will abandon the ship, and each man will strike out for himself. But, sir, we have a duty to perform first. What duty? The prisoners. We cannot let them escape, and they surely will if we let them abandon the ship. So they might. And then we go back to Rome and admit that. You know what is expected of us. We have no choice. We must kill them. Kill them? Well, what is it, sir? You seem squeamish. As though you've never killed a prisoner before. Come, give the order and have it done with. There's little time, precious. There will be no order. We can't let them escape. You wouldn't dare. Think of the consequences. This could mean execution for you, sir. I know that, but the prisoners will not be harmed. Why? Give me one good reason. That man. I could not lift a hand against him. So not only did he warn us against the storm, but he saved our lives. So he could prophesy that the storm would pass. And each thing happened as he said. Only his God has powers beyond any we know of. I could not shed the blood of that man. This man, Paul, whom you hate, whom you are going to punish? But still, I wish I'd never seen the man. I hope I shall never see him again. He heard my decision. The prisoners will be saved. If you're afraid to touch that one man, why let all the others go free? Because I have decided it will be that way. Yes, all the prisoners will be saved. Well, it's your decision and your life. I know that. Hear me. All you men, soldiers, sailors, prisoners, hear this. All prisoners will be unshackled. Then you go over the side. Each man who can swim will strike out for the shore. Men who cannot swim will take broken timbers from the vessel and try to float into shore. Each man is on his own. Good luck. Well, Centurion, you'd better take off your armor to make yourself light enough to stay afloat. As for me, I go over the side now. Farewell. Farewell, Captain. Sir, may I help you? Old Paul was still here. I thought I'd be rid of you once I gave the order to abandon the vessel. Let the others go first. I can wait. Now perhaps I can help you to unbuckle your armor. There's not too much time. The vessel will sink very soon. I can do this by myself. But may I at least thank you. You've saved many innocent lives this day, but at risk to your own. I've done what I thought best in my judgment. That is the most heartening thing of all, my friend. What do you mean by that? You're no longer a centurion, but a man with a free soul and free judgment of his own. You are not the man you were on the day we first met. Something fine and wonderful has happened to you. Nothing has happened to me. You do not know what it is as yet. But one day you will know. You have encountered him, and you will never be the same as you were. No, for his spirit has touched you, and you have learned to love your fellow men. I knew that you would. I knew it. You knew it, yes. As I knew all those other things would happen. So now, friend, into the water before this vessel cracks in two. And remember, we will meet again one day in his service. Yes, we will meet again. I know it.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on the same network at this time, we will present I Am in the Midst of Them, a teaching from the 18th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told, from the greatest life ever lived. On February 26th, the second of a new series of religious programs entitled His Way, His Word will be brought to you on television over another network by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. We invite you to see it. Check your local newspaper for the time of His Way, His Word on February 26th. The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Today, we present The Idle Word, a drama based on a teaching set forth in the 12th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew, a teaching from the greatest life ever lived. In the town of Capernaum, the marketplace is crowded with shops where merchants hastily set out their wares attract the passers-by. But there's one stop where the wares are never set out quite neatly, and yet people stop frequently to buy. For that is the stop where the boy David, who cannot tell whether his food is laid out neatly or not, because he is blind. But now, at this moment, the selling of food is far from the boy's mind, and the noise of the marketplace does not reach his ears. He listens to only one thing, the voice of his friend, Jephthah. And Solomon slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David, his father. And Rehoboam, his son, reigned in his stead. And that, David, is the end of the 11th chapter of Kings.
Oh, the end?
Well, that will be all for this day. It's a start.
I understand. It was very nice of you to read to me again, Jephthah.
A small thing one does for a friend, David.
But you do it every day. If only I could see, I could go to the temple school and...
Ah, good day, David. Have you a fine bit of food for a hungry man?
Oh, Enoch?
That's right, lad. It's Enoch, the man who never passes up the opportunity to do someone a good turn. That's why I've come out of my way to buy some of your food. Ah, this piece looks very empty.
Oh. Yes. You're calling, lad. Thank you, sir. Not at all. It's only right a man should help the unfortunate.
You think so, Jephthah? I think so. But, David, I must be on my way now. Tomorrow, at the same time.
Yes, please, Jephthah. Jephthah?
Yes, Enoch.
I'm not one to probe. After all, if a man doesn't have some curiosity, he wouldn't be human, would he?
I suppose it's natural to have curiosity. And if I had time, I'd discuss it with you, but as it is, I must rush off.
Ah, that's the very thing I had in mind.
Oh?
I noticed that every evening at this time you leave here and, rush off someplace. Where, Jephthah? Where do you go?
I don't think that's any of your business, Chuck.
Indeed. That sounds as though you're ashamed of what you're doing, as though decent people might not approve.
No, perhaps they would. Now, I must be going. Tomorrow, David. Tomorrow.
Ah, how do you like that? Tell me, Dad, does he ever... There he goes. I never asked.
Oh, I see.
David, I wonder if you know that when he gets to leave here, he goes straight home, and then in a little while he leaves his home, carrying something under a napkin. He heads for the town gate and goes on out of the town, and no one knows where he goes. What are you trying to say, Enoch? Oh, I'm not saying anything. You make the whole thing up to be very strange, very suspicious. Would you heard him yourself? He as much as said that decent people wouldn't approve. I wonder. What do you wonder? Nothing. But there are people in this town who can put two and two together and get the right answer. You think about that, David. Tell your friends to think about that, too. Wait, Enoch. Listen to me. Jephthah's a good man. He set up this store for me so I could earn my own living rather than be a beggar. He comes here every day to teach me because I'm blind. Don't say anything against him. I didn't say anything. It was Jephthah himself who said that decent people wouldn't approve. Well, good evening, lad. Good evening. Wait, Enoch. Wait. Go on. Rebecca, when he said that, there was no more surprised man in Capernaum than I. I've always thought he considered himself one of the good people of this town, but can you imagine?
Just the sense of
Would I say he did if he didn't?
Of course not. And I'd always thought he was such a fine man.
So did I.
Enoch, I wonder...
Yes, Rebecca?
The thieves have been stealing during the night the past 2 weeks.
I didn't want to say it.
You think Jephthah had anything to do with them?
I didn't say that, did I? Well, Malachi, when I heard him say that about himself. I was shocked. Imagine flouting decency that way.
You can't ever tell about a man, can you? I'd have sworn Jeffrey was as good a man as can be. The kind things he does. For that Dunn boy, for instance.
Maybe he does them for purpose, huh?
See what you mean. Yes. No one would suspect him if he went around doing kind things all the time.
Certainly no one would accuse him of consorting with thieves, of bringing them food. He does that. What else is there under that napkin?
Of course. Oh, that's too bad. I wonder how long this will be allowed to go on.
Yes, I wonder, Malachi.
And did you hear the latest, Malachi?
You mean about Jeffrey?
Oh, you know.
It's all over town. He's a thief. Worse than a thief.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Oh, yes. The robbings which had taken place in town, done by friends of Jeffrey. By men who knew thieves. And then at night when we're all asleep, these thieves come down out of the hideout in the hills and rob us. You know, one of these nights some of us may be killed in our own bed.
It's that bad?
Why not? Over one day, murder the next. It can happen. And the blind boy. I wonder what part he plays in this.
You know, I never thought of that before. You think maybe Jeffrey set up that story for the boy for some evil purpose?
Do I know the ways of thieves?
The elders should know about it. But if no one else will tell you, why should I? Far be it from me to pry into other people's affairs.
Jeffrey? Is that you, Jeffrey?
Yes, David.
I recognize the step.
Well, and how are you this afternoon, lad?
I'm all right.
Ready to begin our next lesson?
Yes, but first, Jeffrey, is there something wrong with my story today?
Wrong?
Something that displeases people?
What? No, the fruit is all arranged as usual.
You're right. Because, well, I heard the marketplace sounds, as always, and as many people passed here today as ever before. And yet, only one person stopped here to buy any fruit from me.
One person? Only one?
Yes, Doctor.
That is strange. But then it's to be expected that some days will be less than others. Don't worry about it. Now, shall we begin? The 12th chapter of Kings.
Wait, Doctor. I heard a sound. Footsteps. Familiar footsteps. I think I know. Enoch? Ah, so you recognize my step this time. Good day, lad. Some fruit, Enoch? There's much to choose from today. I'm sorry, David, but due to certain circumstances, you will have to forget about my trade for a while. Just going away? No, but you see, people are becoming particular about where they buy their fruit, and your place here has become, undesirable. Undesirable? What have I done? That's the pity of it, lad. You have done nothing. It's the company you keep.
What do you mean by that, Enoch?
Oh, come, Jeffrey. Don't act the innocent with me or with anybody else in this town. We know too much about you.
Now, see here, Enoch.
Please, Jeffrey, take your hands off me. Although I must admit that such menacing conduct quite bears out what people are saying. You are a dangerous man, Jeffrey. And now, why don't you go? After all, it's getting dark. Your friends will be waiting.
Yes. What do you know about that?
Oh, so you admit it, do you? Well, it's no surprise to any of us, Jeffrey. No surprise at all.
Well, David, how are you today?
Rebecca, is that you?
Yes, lad. I came by here to tell you something important.
Important?
Yes. No matter what happens, you are not to worry.
Why should I worry?
Just don't, that's all. You'll be well taken care of. Most of us don't believe that you had anything to do with it. You're an innocent victim.
What are you talking about? Tell me, please.
We'll find someone else to come and read to you every afternoon.
Jeffrey, something's happened to him?
Not yet.
I don't like what you're saying. I don't like it at all. I'm going to do something about it. I am.
Wait, lad, come back. A blind boy shouldn't run. You fall and hurt yourself.
of trouble.
What, David?
Yes, I came here as fast as I could. I'm glad the town held her. You can help.
Who struck you, David? Tell me who it was, and I'll deal with him.
No one struck me, sir. I fell several times while I was on my way here. But I had to get here quickly. It's terrible. Terrible.
What is terrible?
They're going to do something to Jeff, sir.
Who?
Everybody. They're all against him. You're the only one who can help. Please do something.
Of course I will, lad. But the first thing is to take care of you. Sarah, bring a bowl of hot water and some cloths. This boy's wounds must be attended to at once. Quiet, everyone. You're all wondering why I sent for you. So now what's this I've been hearing about Jephthah? Of what are you accusing him?
He's a link of thieves, Nathan.
Jephthah consorting with thieves. Where did you get this nonsense?
Malachi told you.
Oh, Malachi?
The truth. Ask Jephthah. Aye. You never suspected him. But he's one of the band. Feeds them by night. Yes, sir.
You know this?
Of course.
Well, when did you see him do it?
Oh, I didn't see him. Oh? But I know because Enoch told me.
Enoch, what do you know about this?
Just what the others know.
And I suppose you heard it from someone else.
Indeed, I did.
Well, then, it's all gossip.
Is it? Jephthah told me himself.
I don't believe it. I'm going to find him. I'm going to ask him.
And where will you find him, may I ask? At his house? No. At the blind boy's store? Indeed not. Because he's in neither of those two places.
How do you know?
It's very simple. We watch him every moment he's in town. And he just passed through the town gate a short time ago.
You spy on him.
The day we catch those thieves for you, you won't call it spying. And we'll catch Jephthah with them.
Quiet, all of you. I did not realize that your tempers had been aroused to such a pitch. That being the case, I will have to take a hand here. Now then, the first thing you will all do is come with me.
You find something at Jephthah's house? We're sure of that.
I had not intended searching there. You're going to see the master.
Why, I don't see what he has to do with it.
I think he has a great deal to do with it. And with you, Enoch. Most of all.
With me? Why did you speak to me so accusingly?
I think you will know soon enough. Now, are you coming with me? Fortunately, we shall have no difficulty finding him. He has just arrived to spend the night here in Capernaum.
I didn't know he arrived.
Enoch, if you spent less of your time gossiping, you'd have more time to hear the good things. Now, come along, all of you.
Nathan, you won't say anything harsh about me, will you? Not to the master. After all, I'm a righteous man, God-fearing, charitable. You know that.
And why are you trembling so, Enoch?
Just don't accuse me falsely before him.
I shall ask him for his judgment. That is all. I'll be still while I speak to him. Master, I know you are tired from the long day's journey, and I do not like to trouble you now. But sometimes inflamed tempers cannot wait. So I ask you, Master, keep these people from acting rashly on gossip alone. Keep them from making false accusations.
I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Me? Condemned?
I've seen nothing wrong. How can you say that to me, Master?
You have accused yourself, Enoch. Your own guilt has made you admit that the Master's words apply to you.
Now, wait, all of you, listen to me. I want a chance to defend myself. You heard what the Master said. Men shall have to account for their idle words, for the gossip of the untruth they speak.
We heard that, Enoch.
Well, that does not apply to me because I speak the truth, and I'll prove it to you. What do you think of that?
You can prove it? How?
First, you must give me your promise that no word of my plan will reach Jephthah.
Why must it be so secret?
Because Jephthah shall trap himself. And, Master, when he does, I will bring him here to you, and then you shall see if I'm guilty of speaking idle words and carrying gossip. You shall all see. Tomorrow night.
Well, Enoch, how long must we wait?
Not very long now. He usually leaves his house at this time.
You seem to know he's every move.
I do. After all, you think I made my charges against him lightly?
Well, there he is.
Oh, no. Be quiet, David. You were allowed to come along only because Nathan insisted, but you're not to try to warn Jephthah. Jephthah. Now, you see, Nathan, he does carry something covered by a napkin.
You're right. I think we should follow him.
Oh, you're a new hand at this sort of thing, Nathan. We can't follow him yet. We must wait until he's closer to the city gate. He must see us now. We must wait. If I could talk to him, I'm sure he's doing nothing wrong. Silence, boy. We just wait.
David, hold on to my arm.
Yes, sir. Where are we now?
Approaching the town gate.
Can you see him?
No, but Enoch says he knows exactly where to go.
Indeed, I do. Jephthah doesn't go along the road the way honest people do, but he turns just outside the gate and goes off to the left and up the hillside.
Easy, lad. I have your hand. You will not fall.
Perhaps you ought to go back. You can't help it. He might only hinder us. Please, Nathan, I want to go. I want to find out for myself.
The boy goes with us.
All right, Nathan.
Well, now we're at the gate. What next?
Now, wait. Just one moment. Our luck. There's a bright moon tonight. There, Nathan. You see? What is it, sir?
Jephthah. I can see him making his way up the hillside, moving among the rocks, but he's not moving very quickly.
That's our good fortune. We can catch up to him if we hurry. Come! Nathan, I hope that you've been noticing.
I can still see Jephthah. It's perfect to me.
I meant more than that. The ground we walk on, it's not the rough, untracked land of a desolate hillside. It almost looks as if a path has been beaten along here.
Yes, it does. They're much smoother than I thought.
And yet no one from town comes here except one man, Jephthah. And then, of course, at night, his robber friends come down this way. If you need any proof as to what's been going on, you have most of it already. That's not true. Look, lad, leave deductions to those who can see. You shouldn't expect that.
Easy, lad.
Well, it's true, isn't it? What right does a blind boy have to tell us that obvious things are not so?
We are doing what you asked, Enoch. There's no need to hurt the boy any further.
Well, this is no time to discuss it. We must catch up with Jephthah. We must confront him. Come on, hurry. We're close enough to Jephthah to be careful. He might hear us now if we make any loud noises or call out.
Where is he going? That's what I'd like to know.
I believe I have the answer.
Well?
The cave. Don't you remember? Or didn't you climb these hills when you were a boy?
Yes, I did.
And you don't remember the place called the Cave of the Bandits?
Oh, yes, I remember now.
Well, as boys, we used to call it by that name since the games we played. But I think that maybe Jephthah has really turned it into a cage for bandits. You mustn't say that. The evidence is too clear now. That's why you're carrying that food with the thief. You don't even know if it is food, tell you. I wager that it is. You lie. You lie about a fine man, a decent man, a good man. Quiet. I will not be quiet. I won't let you talk that way about him. Chester! You little fool, you'll pay for this. Chester! Wait for us! Wait! There. He's heard. See, he turned around. I told you, Nathan, that we shouldn't have taken this boy with us. He's ruined everything.
Maybe he hasn't. But Jester's almost to the cave now. He can't deny that's where he's going. But he's waiting for us. We'd better catch up with him. Come. Hold fast to me, lad.
Yes, sir. Hurry. Hurry.
What do you want here, Nathan? Enoch, why have you dragged this poor lad all the way up here?
You find out what we want.
Well?
Chester?
Yes, lad.
Chester, they've been saying all kinds of horrible things about you. That you're a friend to thief, that you carry food to them. Tell them it's a lie. Show them what you have hidden there under that napkin. Well, Jesse, tell them that it isn't food. What's the matter? Why didn't someone say something?
Yes, Jester. Show us what you have there. Remove the napkin.
All right. There.
Ah, you think it is food. I told you. No, Chester, there's a mistake.
No, lad, no mistake. And now that you've found out, why did you alter back?
Oh, no, we're going to see this too. Why, food. Where are you taking it? To the cave?
Yes, to the cave.
Then that's where we're going.
There's danger, I tell you.
If anything happens to us, you will answer for it, Jester. It's up to you to keep your friends from harming us.
I had to warn you, that's all. Now, come. I'll lead you the rest of the way.
I'll tell you now, I'm not going into that dark cave. It's a trap, Nathan. That is too necessary. Jester, you're to tell your friends to come out here. Into the open.
Yes, sir. Wait here. Simon, Benediah, I'm here.
You see? He knows them well, Nathan.
Here they come.
Here they are. Both thieves. Thieves told you. I'm going to take a good look at them. I'll see if there's anyone we know. You there. Stand still. Don't move. I want to see who you are. Turn your face this way, toward the moon. I want to take a good look.
Look. What is it? Do you know them? Look. Leopard.
Come. Wait. Get away from here quickly.
I told you, Enoch. So-called decent people wouldn't approve. They'd let these poor men starve to death rather than come close to them. I couldn't do that. I'm sorry. That's why all this had to be done secretly by night.
You see, Nathan, my friend wasn't helping too.
Yes, I know that now. Enoch, you almost had me believing your slanderous stories. It shows the evil power of idle gossip. Even reasonable men can be misled by it. But it seems so logical. We made Jephthah an outcast because he pitied the unfortunate and fed them. And he was right. These so-called decent people shrink from these sick men and let them starve. And yet for his courage and kind heart, we persecute and accuse Jephthah. Now, Enoch, are you ready to return to the Master with your proof?
Say, forgive me, Jephthah. And you too, David. I thought I was a decent man, kind, charitable. But I've been an evil man, carrying the idle word from one person to another, sowing hatred and suspicion.
I shall return to the Master. I shall admit my guilt. I shall ask to be forgiven, as should all those who have spoken falsely against others.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on this same network at this time, we will present The Talons, based on a teaching from the 6th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This is the ABC. The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Today we present You Shall Know the Truth, a drama based on set forth in the 8th chapter of the Gospel according to St. A teaching from the greatest life ever lived. Poor Galilee are washed by the waters of the great sea. The sea itself is important to all Galileans. So come the vessels of commerce which link Galilee with Europe, with Egypt and Crete. Goods of earth are carried to and from Galilee in these vessels. Yes, oftentimes, goods of commerce, not only of dates or oil, wheat or corn. For there are, unhappily, those who are slaves, and who are bought and sold and traded as one would trade fat. Such an unfortunate man is slave to the fleet owner Reuben, and subject to Reuben. Hello? Yes, sir. Good. What is it you wish to stand for? I can see from the back of my head that is definite. However, one is mine, I believe. You know what to do. I'm going to go down to the shore and wait till the vessel is beached and then come in the... Precisely, sir. Go down and get the little... Yes, sir. That's a bad one. Go quickly. Yes, don't you? Sir? You're glad to have the chance to get away from this house. Yeah. You have dispatched me on an errand, sir. It's not. I know the hatred that you have for you. No, you're the only one. The others, that can do nothing. But we are a slave. Never forget that. You will do as I say. And any show of hostility from you will bring punishment. Any effort to
breakfast. No, you may go.
Oh, Jonathan. I see that the old man has spied the vessel coming in. Well, that's why you're here, isn't it? Yes, lad. Then I suppose you shall help me to secure the documents and scrolls and bring them to the house? He asked that I bring the captain back to the house. There's no need for you to go, lad. I'd better go anyhow. You know how he is. Not to appear there, he would charge me with being neglectful. I might even lose my position as crew, perhaps. We'll go together as soon as the vessel is beached and the captain is on. Let's start off coming and go through it. The cloud sails full to the wind. Is that what you're really thinking? Can you tell that? That's a rocking. Just across that sea with my home. My home. And there's no place like it, Jonathan. $100,000 of herds of sheep that look white and pure snowdrift. I go a warm sun, and by night a cool wind blowing out of the north. Oh, it's a fine land. God, everything you've just said is the same as Galilee. We too have hills and valleys and sheep and a warm sun. All those things. Then what's the difference, you ask? It's home, lad. Home. And that's all the difference in the world. But I'll get there one day. Yes, I'll get there. You mean you've run away? That's no business of yours. I'm sorry, King. But you don't have to be afraid of me. I would never tell. Lad, I didn't mean to be practical. But as to what my plans may be, they're my own. Besides, you'd best leave us there tonight. You can leave them through it. No one's safe at him flying about. Good day. Oh, Jonathan, Phineas, both here and both on time. Good, very good. That's the way I like to see it. Needs to be ready to carry out his appointed duties. Reuben dislikes very much to be separated when the box comes in. You know, I choose you, Phineas. It flows to be more respectful toward the steward. I can make things very difficult to you. I just say a single word about you to Reuben. No, just don't tempt me. Now remain here. Wait for me. I go down to greet the captain. That's the way he speaks further with Reuben, spying and reporting about everyone. Sometimes I feel like a pig-shot man and... that would do no good. It is difficult to control one's temper, isn't it, Phineas? The more days work it over. You can go home to your own house and family. But if for me, there's no place that's no moment to my own. But I tell you, it won't go on forever, this way. Oh, no. Now, look, Phineas, the vessel is good. We've our work to do now before we go back to Reuben's house. Come. Yes, lad, let's go. We must try to keep up with Jackson and the captain. It wouldn't do for us to lag behind. Rivers would grow very angry. Philip, you hear me? What, lad? What did you say? I said we'd better hurry. The other two are far ahead of us now. Yes, but what's that? A cloud gathers. Something of importance goes on there. On the sea. Philip, there'll be trouble. Jonathan, you can go along if you wish. I'll stay and find out. Well, if it won't be too long, I'll stay. We'll make our way through the cloud. Let me through first. Let me see what you... Perhaps it's best way to your listen to me. All right, but what do you suppose it is? What's that now? It is the master, boy. The spirit last in our time. The master? Following us ahead. And the miracles he's done. The cures he has wrought and the sick and unfortunate. He does miracles, does he? Can he free slaves? Nothing is beyond his powers. Yes, I've heard it said by those who have seen of his great deeds. Well, I should like to hear how he proposes to free slaves. What do you will? There's a best sister. You have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that you resist not evil.
But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. If you do that, lad, suppose a man to violate all his instincts, and yet somehow I must believe him. So it's possible for a man to live as he says, I don't know. But because possible, it's not possible. What is this strange power in your hand? The woman said he could do miracles. Then I shall question the question.
Master, have you a word for those who are not free? Have you a word for men who work under the yoke of slavery? How shall a man be free again is what I want to know.
No, don't kill this man. Can't you see he's troubled? That he needs the master's help. Well, even if you can't understand it, I'm sure the master does.
Well then, Master, help me.
You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Did you hear, lad? There is a way. The truth. Shall we to wait here and listen and learn the truth that makes men free? The boy and Phineas were following close behind us, and then suddenly there was a crowd, and they were lost. Isn't that so, Herbert? Yes, they were following, but I didn't see what happened to them.
Yes, they come around about them. However, what news of the birds? A great cargo, a good price for the goods that took away from here, huh?
And the cargo we took away with us, the price was good. But on the voyage back, we carried ballast for the most part.
Yes. A wasted trip, in other words.
The ship brought back safely, that's no way.
That's no cargo. That's no way to make money. That's the trouble with you. You're getting to be like the rest of them, lax in your duties, careless of my welfare.
No, sir, but if we see the sail with a good wind and return here, waiting for me for the cargo, that might never turn up. Seems to me I'd best return here.
Let me tell you, Abel, another such unprofitable voyage as you may find yourself a captain without a ship, a sailing man on dry land. I hope I need no more.
No, sir. You need say no more.
You never slip up. What else? Phineas, Jonathan, so you two have finally decided to return here.
So we stopped for only a little while to hear some preaching.
Preaching? You'll take no time of mine for the learning.
But what's the difference, sir?
First you waste my time by not being here, and now you waste more of it with lying explanations. Be quiet. I may yet cut you off from my employ for this insolence.
So don't blame the boy. The fault is mine. It was my idea to stay here, the masterpiece.
The master? I've heard about that one. What is he doing here in our time?
He comes to teach us.
Oh, I see. He teaches slaves. Oh. Well, what does he teach you? Tell me that.
He teaches good things.
For example?
We heard him say many things. But of those I remember best, one was, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free.
You believe him? Well, they tell you you shall never be free. Never. Now then, what else did he teach you?
I don't think you try to hear.
But I wish to hear more. Go on, Phineas.
He said not to resist evil.
Huh.
And not to return evil. But if one strikes you on the right cheek, you turn the
other troops to him as well.
Okay, this would be a good time to put this teaching to a test, wouldn't it, sir?
Oh, very good suggestion indeed, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
Henry, come here.
Sir?
Come here, Terry. I would test the words of this master.
Sir, you wouldn't strike him, would you?
And why not, Abel?
The man's giving you no reason to strike him or humiliate him.
He's no man, only a slave. And he's got it on himself with this prattling about turning the other cheek. Yeah, we shall see. Come here, Kenny. So, you believe what you heard, huh?
I think I do, sir.
You shall see. Now then. Now, will you turn the other cheek? You know?
Yes, sir.
The fool! He'd actually do it! He was...
Well, then, sir, may I get you something?
No. Activity. Intimacy. My position was here about that all the time. Get out. All of you. Get out!
And you, who is it? Jonathan, what are you doing here after that? Didn't you go home a long time ago? I thought when I came back. Have you helped the old man to bed yet? Yes, he's sleeping by now.
I can't leave here. Can you come with me without risk of being discovered?
But it's not for too long a time. What is it?
I can't tell you now, but you'd better come with me if you ever want to be free. Listen to me. I said, if you ever want to be free, then you better come with me now, Thomas. All right. I will.
Don't you remember we done it? I'd go to the water's edge. There's someone waiting for us.
Listen, go.
And now I shall find out. That's Abel, isn't it? Yes, Phineas. Come here, you wanted to see her? What's all Abel? First thing is Spanish absolute secrecy. I heard about me in the streets reading. Is that good? Reading? Yes. The way he humiliated you this afternoon gave me the idea. I think that old man as much as you do. But I can do something about it. I wouldn't want to stop him, sir. I got no revenge. The master wouldn't approve of that. Nor would I. But tomorrow night my vessel sets sail again. Our next step will be Crete.
Huh? But that's my home.
I know that.
You'd take my life.
It can be done. And no one will be the wiser. You'll be a free man again.
No.
Yes. Listen to me very carefully. We cannot afford to make any mistakes. You sail by night. That's to our advantage. Then Samson will not be able to find us so well. But our full will be loaded by day. The night comes and the tide is running, and must push the vessel off the beach. Usually it is done by 5 or 6 of my sailors. Once the vessel is afloat, they seize the ropes and climb aboard the ship.
What about me?
You will receive a signal from Jonathan. You will come down to the shore and hand it. When you see the men begin to shove the vessel, you will come into the water and help them just as if you were one of the crew. In the darkness, I'll take you to one of them. Then when the others begin to climb aboard, you do the same. Everyone will think you're one of the sailors, so you're aboard and they're at sea.
And then street, home and freedom once again. So how can I ever thank you?
It will be enough chance to keep them free from the domination and the insults of that poor man.
I cannot help thinking this has to do with the master. Remember, Jonathan, when he said the truth would set me free yesterday? Well, if we hadn't heard him, if I hadn't repeated his words to Reuben, Abel wouldn't be helping me now. I wouldn't be free.
Remember, Phineas, you're not free yet. It must be arranged perfectly. If it's to work at all. Now, Jonathan, you know what you're supposed to do?
Yes, sir.
I come here after dark and get a sign from you that the vessel is ready to leave. Then I go to the house and get a signal to come. That's business. I've been thinking about it. I make a listening sound like this. Good. And you can hear, you hear that sound, come at once to the waterbed. You understand? I'll be there. I shall see you tomorrow night. Reuben, isn't it time for you were in bed for the night? I was in bed. Since when do you tell me when I should go to bed? I merely thought that since your physician had said you were to rest more than you do, you might retire early this morning. To get me out of the way, can you? Oh, no, sir. Well, I should go to bed in my own good time, do you? Yes, sir. Well, I bet you some water to drink. Well, I want nothing. Oh, Dad, it might be a good idea if I did go to bed now. Not myself for this day. Not myself, Alice. Well, you understand here? Yes, sir. Surely, can you start at home? Well, I haven't meant to, sir. Open the door. Let me help you to your bed, sir. Yes. The balcony, please. The balcony? Sorry, sir. I never need to explain to you. It's the balcony. Yes, sir. Now I can look out and see. I have a vessel out there to me. The vessel that sailed this night. Look at her lying on the shore. She's got a wounded animal in her side. But let her get water under her. She floats. It's free again. I have a comparison at my command post. What would you say? It's free as, what? I didn't know. No, just not. How would a slave know about freedom? Well, when you're awake in the morning, that vessel will be gone. I wanted to look at her before she was... But when you go to bed now, sir? Don't hurry me. What is it? Doctor, you seem to be suddenly very elated. Quickly, sir, let me get to the bed now. All right. What is that? It's after bed, sir. No matter. Get me to bed. I'm tired. I'm tired. Yes, sir, just mine. What is it, sir? Pain. Stop pain. Here. Carry me to my bed. Carry me. Yes, sir. This is... Yes. I'll just place you on the bed. May I go now, sir? Don't leave me now. Not now, no. But pain is this I've never had before. But, sir, I will put you to bed and you will feel better. Don't leave me. I may die. I tell you I may die. Don't leave me. Can you die? Are you still with me? I am sort of here with him. I'm very well, sir. I shall stay. Have no fear. No. I shall stay. Yes. I've been here all night. Watching over you and patting your brow with cold water, as the physician said. I touched him during the night. You had a bad time of it, sir.
I can see you tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes. I saw the vessel sail last night. And since then, I've been looking out across the street.
It's the same thought to see a vessel sail, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I could feel it is there.
Here are you. I guess this is Reuben at once. She's very well and in bed. It had better wait for what we do about it if we never found out. Yes, stand aside. Yes, stand aside.
Is it true, Samson?
Yes, indeed. Oh, if only you knew. I had a mind to wake you last night and tell you, but I said nothing to sleep tonight. I'll tell him in the morning. So, here I am.
What are you talking about?
Oh, what a plot place we have. Oh, yes, and this one here is the guiltiest of the lot.
What sort of plot? Mr. State clear, Samson.
This one is going to escape.
Oh?
Yes, and Abel and Jonathan are going to help him. They're going to let him escape on that vessel that sailed last night. Did you ever hear of such perfidy?
Did you see?
I can only admit my part in it. Yes, I was going to escape. And how they had it worked out, I overheard 2 nights ago when they plotted their little escapade. And I was waiting for them to fall into a trap. Jonathan was going to give a signal. He was going to whistle the criminal.
Didn't I hear a whistle last night? Several times.
Yes, sir.
It was when I was seized with those little toes and I broke away and I was afraid I was going to die.
Oh, well, they're going to do it all right. I've no doubt about that, Reuben. I tell you, I heard them arrange it.
The crowd, Samson.
What?
I said the crowd.
Yes, Reuben.
Come close. I want to see your face.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Reuben, was as close as that sail in that vessel?
Yes, sir. But don't be hard with Jonathan. Over, please.
I don't care about him. Reuben was so close to you, and yet you stayed with me when I could not have forced you to stay. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
And when you went to fetch the physician, you could have escaped then. But you didn't. Why? Why did you give up your chance? Why did you give up your freedom that means more to you than anything else?
Because he spoke to me.
He spoke? I heard nothing.
But I did. In my mind, I heard his words. Tell me other truth, he had said. If a man can tell you to go a mile, go with me 2 miles. But above all, there's one other thing he had said. About being free. To knowing the truth.
Justice. But you're not free.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm free with my spirit of the hatred I had held too loose. When you were seized, I wanted to leave because I hated you. Instead, I forced myself to stay. To be true to his teaching. And by doing that, I felt freer than ever before in my life. That was what he meant.
Yesterday, I laughed at him.
Many men. And many more will.
Yes, you did good for someone you hated. Made you do it in the face of great temptation to run away. And you had sacrificed a great deal for me. It would be little else if I gave you your freedom in exchange.
Thank you.
If you are thanks, it is to God, to the Master. For by following his way, you have won your freedom. And it's oath, and in your spirit is there, and
program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on the same network at this time, we will present The Man Who Was Not Humble, a drama inspired by the 9th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This is the ABC Radio Network. The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Presents The Fool and the Fruit, a drama based upon a teaching set forth in the 6th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Luke. A teaching from the greatest life ever lived. The city of Jerusalem, and the faint pink light of early morning bathes the walls of the city in its soft glow. Now the light slants across the golden roof of the temple, giving added color to its own ornateness. The great city begins to stir and wake from the quiet of night. But there are a few men who have long been awake and have already considered serious business. Now, for example, a captain of the temple guard faces his superior officer if he asks,
"Sir, you're set for a long time. There's one thing not yet clear to me. You have a tongue? Ask." "Yes, sir." "All that you told me regarding the prophet Jesus in Galilee. Surely you tell me that's a special purpose. Have you ever known me to talk in vain?" "That's why I asked. What am I to do about it?" "You are to go to Galilee to observe this man, to ask about him, to gather as much information as you can, and then report back here to me." "But I am an officer of the temple guard. I have no power in Galilee. Galilee is Herod's province." "I have not asked you to seize the prophet, only to observe him." "Sir, I do not see what right I have in Galilee." "Also, you should obey without questioning." "It will disturb you not to know, is that it?" "In Galilee, I am without authority. If there should be trouble, I must know how to explain my presence." "There is something in what you say. It's a great deal. But something. And may I know?" "You're a very clever man, O sir. Vigilant and sufficient to carry out of your duties. And wily enough to learn more than anyone ever intended that you know." "Surely, sir, if an officer of the temple guard is not alert and vigilant, he cannot carry out his duties." "And if he is alert and vigilant, he can gather enough information to assure himself for promotion. Is that it?" "So you know that I serve to the best of my ability?" "Oh, of course, O friend. Well, I will promise you this. Bring us back what we want to know, and you will have your promotion." "How? You and Caiaphas?" "Yes, you have his word, too." "So the high priest wishes to know about this Jesus of Nazareth. And if he does, then he surely wants to know nothing good. He seeks evidence to use against him now, and he considers him dangerous. Don't worry. With the promotion in the offing, I shall be sure to find what you want. You can depend on me." "I have always known that, sir. When will you leave?" "As soon as my servant can pack our things for the journey." "A good idea, taking someone with you. A witness in the event your word is disputed by the others here." "Of course." "Well, sir, good luck on the venture." "Luck? The luck is in being chosen. From now on, I'll make my own luck." Good morning, sir. I can't tell you how this news excited me. To be able to make a journey to Galilee, I was proud of my service to you.
It will not be a vacation, David. Remember that.
I know that, sir. Still, I have family in Galilee, and I have not seen him in some years now. My cousin Garrett, for instance. And there's my sister, Malice.
David, our mission will not allow for social activities. In fact, it was secret. That's why I had you pack for me clothes other than my uniform.
You go as far?
You might as well use the word. In Galilee, I must secure evidence of the man and then return as quickly as possible.
Man? Which man?
A fool. A prophet. But evidently a successful one. He's given the high priest cause to worry. Well, one man's trouble is another's fortune. I shall secure promotion out of this. You, David, will have a little extra money to spend from now on.
You seem very sure this time, sir.
I am. Just to find out what the high priest wishes to know, and then this master had better be careful.
Sir, did you say the master?
Yes, what are you? Why do you look so distressed?
Surely he is not trying to get his fellow.
He's sure he is.
No.
What's come over you, David? Your face is growing white. Something, sir. I think you fall off your donkey. What is it?
Sir, please, before we go any further,
don't be a fool. We continue on. I'm not stopped here to talk over such matters with you. This is an important journey to me. The quicker it's over, the better.
Then we'll reach the city gate. Yes, sir. For just a few minutes.
All right, then we reach the gate. Here. Dismount here, David.
Yes, sir. At once. I'll dismount first and help you. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Good. Now, David, what's the meaning of this? Why does it need for me to interrupt my journey to argue such a matter with you?
When you first told me, when we were talking in preparation for the journey, I didn't know.
Didn't know what?
That all this had to do with the master.
What difference can it make now that you do know?
Sir, you do not understand. My cousin Dave, the one I mentioned to you, you remember?
Yes, I remember, David, but come to the point, there's no time.
My cousin Dave, he has a daughter, and she is dead. Yes, dead. And so she would have remained if the master had not raised her.
Fool.
You don't believe that, do you? But it happened. It did happen. I know it to be true.
That's the bull. The girl was not dead. She just faint, perhaps.
The mourners were already in the house. She was dead.
I don't believe it.
So I give you my word that it happened. So perhaps it would be well for you not to go to Galilee. Surely you would not want to do harm to a good man, an innocent man.
A good man? If the high priest has something against him, it cannot be such a good man. I've been told to observe the man, hear his teachings, and see the effect of it upon the people. They say he's dangerous, evil, but he seeks power for himself.
And you believe it?
I intend to find out. In the process, I'll get myself a promotion.
Please.
Get back on your donkey, David. We continue with our journey. And I warn you now, if you reveal the purpose of my mission to anyone, you'll suffer for it.
Yes, sir.
We must make up for lost time. When we arrive in Galilee, we will go about as private citizens, making inquiries. So, I have heard that you know the master. That when you've seen him, been close to him. But you know him better than anyone else here in the Emmaus. Is that true?
Oh, yes, indeed.
And tell me, woman, what kind of things did he teach you?
I had heard of him many times during my long illness. And though no one else could hear me, I felt sure that he could. Somehow I knew.
What did he teach, woman?
I'm trying to tell you how it happened.
Then get on with it.
There was nothing anyone could do for me. I had tried every possibility I'd heard of, but no one could help me. I said to myself, he will help me. I know it. And so, weak as I was, I left my bed in my house at the word that he had come here to Emmaus. And then I went out in the street. There was a great crowd gathered about him. and I made my way through it. And believe me, sir, if I had not had faith that he could hear me, I would not have had the strength to reach his side.
And then you did, what did you hear him teach?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing? Then why do you tell me all this? David, this woman can be of no help to me. Why'd you bring her here?
Sir, you have not heard her story.
Then get on with it, woman, but quickly, do you hear?
Sir, I am doing the best I can.
Please, woman, tears do not help. Now tell me.
I am sorry, sir. Well, as I drew close to him and looked upon his face for the first time, I realized suddenly that he was sent and that. There is no doubt of it.
Sent by God, hmm?
Yes, sir. And I asked myself, who am I that I dare ask him to hear me? I am nothing. I am unworthy, I said to myself. So I did not ask him. Instead, I pressed close to him and reached out to touch the hem of his garment.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. And at once he asked, who touched my clothes? Now, this was strange, but there was a great crowd pressing about him. Who should not have felt my touch? And yet he did. He did.
Do not make it sound so important, woman.
But it was. And at his word, I fell to my knees before him and confessed it was me.
And then?
He reached out to me. Yes, he reached out to touch me and raise me up from the ground. And he said, my faith has made me whole.
He said that, hmm?
Yes, sir. And so it was. From that moment on, I have been healed. You cannot know what means. You cannot, unless you have been ill as long as I was.
Of course, woman. But tell me, what did you hear him teach?
Many things. Many things. But the one which I love best is this. As you would that men should be to you, you even so to them. Since that day I have lived by this teaching.
I see. Thank you, woman, for coming here with my servant to see me.
Of course, merely to hear someone tell you what he has said and done is not enough. You should go to Rome yourself.
Oh, I will. There's no doubt of it. David, say the woman out. This way, woman.
When you have seen him, when you have stood in his holy presence, then you will know all there is to know about him.
I thought you never stopped talking. So, David, we have come by our first piece of evidence.
I knew that it would impress you. And the woman's face, did you see her eyes? The way they shone, the way her tears glistened in them.
You did say something that was very interesting. He is sent by God. Oh. Yes, David, I must have noticed that in my soul. Woman, no, master sent by God. Yes.
But would it not also be fair to note that he healed the things?
You cannot know how sick she was. Woman with such an active imagination might only have thought that she was sick.
Yet after she found she was better, surely it should be noted and nearly cured.
David. Yes. You seem to forget that I was the one who was sent to report. You will keep your observations to yourself. Now, I've heard enough here in Emmaus. Tomorrow at dawn, we will stop for the next time. We will find more people who know him and heard him teach. You will find them for me. As you say, sir. There's no need to fuss, David. You're a servant. You do as you're commanded to do.
Sir, I would like to say this.
Yes?
While we have been here in America, I have seen and talked to my cousin Jerry. So it is true his daughter was dead, and she was there.
I do not accept that as evidence of any kind. It's a story. It feels like you to believe.
Sir, the master does only good. This poor woman you just saw, he healed her after a lifetime of sickness. Is that not a blessed thing?
It's a trick of some kind. What he teaches is what makes him dangerous to piety. That is what I must find out. So tomorrow we go on to the next time. Sir, there are questions, nothing. Only orders that you will obey. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. It is understood.
do not see why it's necessary for me to go to find the man. You could have brought him to me.
So he was suspicious. He pays Master King. But you can talk to him here in the marketplace. He's a Methodist.
Let's see. Which is his place?
That one there.
Good. I will find out what I wish to know. Come along. Merchant. Good day.
Good day, sir. Some things, perhaps? I have some fine apples here from the orchards of the famous Sampson. They say these are the best.
Yes, an apple.
Excuse me what you wish, sir. They are plumper and ripe.
I will have it. Your turn?
Thank you, sir.
Tell me, merchant, I hear that you're a distinguished man here in Arbella.
I distinguished? Oh, no, sir.
I've heard about you.
You may have heard about me, sir, but I am not distinguished. I am fortunate, very fortunate, to have been chosen by God as an instrument to which you showed kindness in his mercy.
God chose you, didn't he?
There is no idea of it. Yes, till the day I die, I shall use the voice he gave me to pray to.
The voice he gave you?
Yes. So you would not know it to look at me now, but many weeks ago this pious man was useless. These ears could hear nothing.
And now you will tell me it was the master who healed you.
Then you know. Is it not a wondrous thing? A miracle at the hands of God himself?
A wondrous thing, a miracle. I'm getting tired of hearing these things. Magic, witchcraft, perhaps.
Yes. And it's just speak of the master, you say.
Doesn't one. Tell me this, what does he teach you? I'd like to know that.
I remember very, very one thing he taught. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength, and thy neighbor as thyself. This he taught me, and by those words I live.
Words, empty words.
Not if men put them to use, sir.
He spoke about him go stranger and stranger. I think the man's a charlatan. He whipped all of you. Now, you better listen to me.
Yes, sir.
It seems to be dangerous for people like you to make such claims on his account. Now, be truthful with me. What did he really do to you?
I only knew this, sir. Once I was deaf and dumb. Now I can hear him speak. And that is God's truth.
Oh. Come, David, let's get away from here. I can't understand it. Each one of them with another impossible story. It often been said that no good can come out of Galilee. You speak to such fools that you see why.
Sir, I know you are angry. But did you see the man's face when he spoke? Sure, he was not lying.
No, he believed what he said. That's why I shall add another note to my report. The master has bewitched these people. Yes, Caiaphas should make good use of that. Bewitched them,
the showing them kindness and love.
I would see for myself what a strange spell this man cast. Yes. Next thing for you to do is to find out where he is.
You would go to him? You would question him?
I wish to see him for myself first, and then I may question him. He will not make a fool of me. None of his tricks will affect me. Yes, we must find out where he is. And so, Beggar, you have seen this man, this master. You've heard him teach.
Oh, yes, sir, I have. Only this morning he was here at the town gate of Magdala.
You come closer to him, David?
Yes, sir. I told you would find him soon.
Now, Beggar, tell me, what did he do here?
He taught and we listened.
He did no miracles here?
Miracles? Yes. Yes. He did miracles.
Describe them to me.
There is a man of this town, Elijah is his name, and he was a hard man. He trusted in his own selfishness. He has been a friend to no one, and no one has been a friend to him. In fact, here in Magdala, when one wishes to indicate how impossible a thing is, we say, as difficult as extracting the kindness from Elijah. This will give you an idea.
Please, and we have no time. Come to the point.
Well, this morning, I myself saw Elijah give away money to the poor. I had in my possession a coin which he gave me. Here, I will show it to you. See?
Yes, of course. Miracle.
This is the news.
What? The master's word told Elijah from a selfish man to one of kindness and understanding. There were no cripples made whole, no dead raised again to living, no deaf man made suddenly to hear. Yes, it was a greater miracle in all of those to change Elijah to a good man.
Oh?
Yes, the master's word. His faith, the strength in his eyes.
I see. Then, beggar, where did he go?
He had finished his teaching, but they would not let him go. They followed him out into the desert. And since they have not returned, although I think he must still be teaching them there, then surely this time he's coming.
He said out at once. Come, David. Here, beggar, point to your trouble.
There is no need for you to give me a time, sir. It is no trouble, talk of him. In fact, it has given a purpose to my living.
Oh, come along, David.
Finally, we found him. They have followed him here. Great number. He has a power over me. It's plain to see. Now, if I could come close to him, if I could see him. We can make our way forward through the crowd.
Done.
There are many hundreds here.
Hundreds?
Thousands of people here. Suffering rich and poor, old and young. Even children are here. What is the secret of this man's power? Perhaps very soon now.
Now we draw close to him.
I can really see him. He's not a seducer. I had not thought that he would look like this. He looked like this, didn't he? And the kindness, the eyes full of love and humanity. I thought they would be rich when they spoke out in that way. I should see that it was true. Well, perhaps we should be rich by the sight of him. I don't think so. Yes, he's making his disciples again. Let us move closer so that we may overhear what they say.
Master, it is best now to send the people back to the town, to their homes. For the sun is setting, and soon it will be dark. And there is no food to feed them. Shall we not tell them to depart from here, Master?
They need not depart. Give you them to eat. Give them to eat? Master, there is not even enough food here for half a dozen men. How shall we give all these people to eat? We have only 5 small barley loaves and 2 fishes. Bring them hither to me.
Yes, Master,
At once. Peter, the 5 loaves, the fishes, bring them here, please.
good.
Here, Master. What is this thing, Master? What does it have to do with all of this? I do not know, sir, except that now he looks up to heaven to pray and say a blessing over the food.
Blessing over blessing over food. That's the whole performance of having so little of the food.
He was handing the food to one of his disciples.
What good?
I said, the Father has given all the food to one disciple, and yet now he gives as much to a second. But now to a third, it will more. He has taken loaves and fishes, and he has just time to fill another disciple and another. No, my Father, never think that it's another. Where do we not so low to eat? I believe that now. I believe it. It is impossible. It's not food. So as you use it. Well, sir, we have tasted the frustrations of love. Yes. No, what do you think? I can only say that he has bewitched me as he has all the others. I draw even closer to him. I must study him. The Passus will wish to know all about him. Don't suspect him. The power he has, the very thing you've seen him do. Surely this makes him more dangerous than I suspected before. We will draw closer to him. Yes. Well, David. He was looking at us. It was no, someone must have told him. How could they know one knows? But he was looking straight at me. He was going to speak to me. A good food bringeth not forth corrupt fruit. Neither doth a corrupt food bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good. And an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. Those words were meant to you. Yes. Yes, I know. And are they not true? How are we to judge him or anyone except by what he does and what he says? But I've been sent to find fault with him, to find evidence against him. Should you not judge by what you've seen and heard? Well, what have you seen and heard, sir? And the mother, who healed a woman sick many years, and taught her to do unto others as she would have them do unto her. And Arbella, who restored hearing and speech to one who was deaf and mute from birth, and taught him to love his neighbor as himself. In Magdala, he changed the man from one who was miserly and hopeful to one who was charitable and loving. And here we have seen him feed round. You're right, David. I can find no fault in him. His words are good. His deeds are good. Now as to the judgment. And when you return to Carthage, sir? I shall not return to him, Dave. I shall remain here and learn the master's way. It is not so much the power of his miracles which has impressed me as the purpose doctrine. This is truly a way of love and kindness. His truth is good.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on this same network at this time, we will present The Pure in Heart, a drama inspired by the 5th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company.
proudly presents The Woman and the Treasure, a drama inspired by an event set forth in the 19th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew, an event from the greatest life ever lived. The great marble palace of Pontius Pilate, Roman procurator for all Judea, is lit by many torches at night, and the music of a great party fills the huge banquet hall. It is a night of feasting and laughter, and many men of importance in Jerusalem are in attendance. There are officials from Rome, dignitaries from Alexandria, Greece, Phoenicia, and also many of the important men of commerce of the province itself. Now, one of the important men from Jerusalem turns to his wife to say,
"Oh, my dear, am I mistaken, or does Pilate have beckoned to you?"
Pilate, then? You mean Claudia herself when she attacked my attempt? Why shouldn't she?
Why shouldn't she? Who in this room is better gowned? Whose jewels sparkle more brightly?
You think she's jealous, then?
I told you it was dangerous to wear all those jewels. The Romans could see them. It only creates envy. And pity those whom the Romans envy.
I'm sure now. She is beckoning to me.
Not your consequence you don't notice. That will only make her angry. You better go and see what you want.
Yes, Milton. Beckoning to me, Excellency? My dear, I leave all such titles to my husband. You may call me by my name. Thank you, Claudia. You are Lois, wife of the great merchant Nathan. Are you not? I am. What do you wish of me? Was it the diamonds that attracted your eye? Is there a woman who wouldn't notice such unusual gems? But it was more than that. Listen to me closely. As we talk, pretend that this is a casual conversation. I don't understand. You have only to listen and smile and pretend that we are carrying on the kind of idle, useless chatter men always expect of women. There, smile. And nod for friends. That's better. And you wish to talk to me about something at the same time? Yes. After all, he is one of your people. Who? The man who has come down from Galilee. They tell strange tales about him. And curious, interesting. Does he do miracles? Does he teach about what he calls eternal life? True. I've never even heard of him. They call him the Master. And Pilate has already heard reports from Galilee that many people follow him. I've heard nothing. I'm sorry I cannot tell you. You can trust me. I'm not hostile to your people. Believe me. Then believe me, too, for I know nothing. If I did, I would tell you. I was sure you'd know. Sure that I would find out tonight. You see, it's important that I find out tonight. Try tonight. You'll find out very soon when I find out. Yeah. See that serving woman who makes her way toward us, bearing the tray with food on it? Yes. Listen when she comes near. Mistress, and to offer us the food, ma'am. Oh. Yes, mistress. Now tell me, what have you heard?
The Master and some of his disciples are at a house in the poor quarter of Jerusalem. The door is open, and many stand and listen outside. There is a great crowd.
No. You think it will be safe today?
My son waits at the back gate of the palace, ready to lead me there. And I have arranged for several simple robes to cover your fine clothes. You will be well disguised. No one will know.
Good. But I must satisfy my curiosity about this man. Lois, would you go with me? Of course, Claudia. If you wish. Then we must slip out of this hall without being too conspicuous. I shall go see. You will follow.
Yes, Claudia.
Should hide his dress. It would not do for one wearing such clothes as mine to wander through the city at this hour without the protection of such a simple disguise.
Nor would it do to be overheard.
Oh, Confucius, what are you doing here?
Excellency, that sounds just a question both of us could be called upon to answer.
I asked you what you are doing here. Remember, this is my palace.
Of course.
Well, my efforts to slip away from the party do cast suspicion on my actions, but I am neither ashamed nor apologetic. I am on my way to seek out a prophet in Galilee. I've heard strange things about him. I want to see and hear for myself.
You too?
Don't tell me that you, a Roman, also go seeking me.
I give you my word, Justin, for that's where they're going.
In that case, shall the three of us go together? I have word as to the place you'll find him. Come, I'll lead the way.
I had heard there were miracles, healings. We've seen none so far. Even if there were no healings, there is miracle enough in this house. What do you mean?
What Lois tries to tell you is that such a prophet who teaches to the poor is miracle enough in this land. You may be disappointed, Claudia, but I am impressed. Greatly impressed. The things he teaches, a kingdom of heaven, everlasting life, these are things a man seeks after. And I shall find out how one achieves them.
You did ask?
Yes. Master, I must ask you one thing. What good thing shall I do that I may have the eternal life of which you spoke?
If thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandment.
The commandment? Which commandment, Master?
Thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
These commandments? By all these things I have lived by since my youth. Yet it seems I lack something. What is it I still lack, Master?
If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come and follow me.
Give away all that I have, Master? You don't realize how much I have. No, I couldn't do that. No, I couldn't do that.
So keep it. It's gone. Gone. But because his possessions are so great, he cannot make the sacrifice the Master asked. I wonder, Claudia. Could we? I wonder, too. Only one thing I'm sure. I shall never forget this night. Or him.
I came to the palace this morning as soon as I received your message. Is there some trouble?
I don't know, Lane. I didn't sleep last night.
No, First I could hear his words. Then it was as though I could see him standing before me and beckoning to me.
I know. I was restless, too. I rose from my couch and stood on the balcony, staring out into the darkness of the dawn time. I thought of Josephus and the way he went away from the Master's presence. Sorrowful, yet unable to part with his possessions. I thought of the words the Master spoke to me. And
lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
I thought of those words. And this morning I took out of the girl's chest the gems I wore last night. I looked at them, held them up in the sunlight. I saw them sparkle and glow like flames. And I thought, these treasures
our earthly treasures. And the master said to give them up. What I love. I can sit and stare at them by the hour and find new light to admire in them each time. Yes, I know how one can admire you. When we are no different from just people, Father. I wonder if we could be. Maybe. Suppose we were to sell what we have and give to the poor. That journey there upon your throat, what could it do for us? This one? No, not this one, sir. This one was brought from across the continent all the way from Cafe. There it had belonged to an emperor. He gave it to his wife at the time of their marriage. Why, this had been a royal gem for 1,000 years before my husband brought it from me. I couldn't part with this one. Then the gem you wear on your finger? That's it. You hesitate again? This is one of my favorites. I know. I was asking because I wanted to select one of my own gems that I might sell. And each somehow turned out to be my favorite, too, for one reason or another. I lacked the courage to give up any one of them. So I thought if you could sell them, I might gain courage from you and be able to match your sacrifice. When we had both as weak as just people. Well, I would like to tell you. Here, this ring, I shall give it up. Then I shall give up this ring. What shall we do with the money? My maidservant will know where charity is needed among the poor of Jerusalem. The money we receive from these will be used to help them. Is it agreed? Yes. Wait 1 moment. Let me have one last look at you. Look. Give it to me before you change your mind. Yes. Do you realize, Claudia, that we give up only a small part of what we have? Oh, no. The master expected more than that. He asked more of their secrets. Yes. And shall we make a bargain? This will be only the first of what we shall give up. From now on, each of us will match the sacrifice of the other. I promise you. And now I'll find out how much these 2 gems will bring. And the money will be given to the people. Claudia, let me have one more look at the gems before it is sold.
Lois, what is it? Is there something wrong?
No, dear.
At the meal this evening, you ate very little. She's not even to know that there was food before you.
I was not very hungry.
That is obvious. Something else is obvious, too. Ever since the night of Pilate's banquet, you've not been the same. Was it something Claudia said to you? Did she say something that caused you to worry? Something you keep from me because you think I might worry, too?
Please, Nathan, please don't drive me with questions.
I see, then there is something to worry about.
No.
No, if you can tell me. You've not become involved in any court intrigue, have you?
Yes, yes.
You've not found it necessary to give up any of your jewels to keep gossiping tongues from wagging, have you?
Give up jewels? What do you know about that?
I know there's one missing. The one that used to be so proudly worn on this finger.
When you noticed?
The first day I noticed it was missing, I thought you'd forgotten to wear it. But knowing how much you loved gems, I knew there was something wrong, and the ring was missing from your hand on the second and third day. So what happened to you?
You won't be angry with me.
Have I ever been angry with you without reason?
Nathan, I'm afraid you will be angry this time.
I'm waiting to hear it.
The night of the banquet. Claudia and I went to hear the master. You must have heard of him. The man from Galilee.
I've heard. Yes?
We were so impressed by him and what he said about the real treasures of this life that Claudia and I made a pact. We would each sacrifice earthly treasure in equal proportions to do good with the money.
I see.
The ring was the first.
Now I understand.
You're not angry.
Can a man be angry if he discovers his wife has kind and charitable instincts? Far from being angry on side of you, my dear. Very sorry.
And perhaps now you will be angry.
Is something else?
I have discovered something about myself, Nathan. I am not kind. I'm not charitable. No matter what good may be done with the money, I would rather have the gem back. Yes. I would rather be able to admire it and hold it and wear it than to measure it as cold and I don't have it back again. I'm sorry.
Yes, see? Some ideas that mean so much to you, perhaps something can be done about it. The gem may not yet be sold. If it is, I may be able to buy it back. Please don't cry.
I'm not proud of you anymore. You must despise me now.
I love you, my dear. And better than that, I understand you. I admit now I was surprised when you told me that you'd given up one of the gems. I didn't think that was like you. I used to have it back. Now, will you stop crying?
There's more, Nathan.
What do you mean?
Claudia and I, we had agreed that we would continue to sell our gems. Each of us giving up one gem at a time.
I see. Well, there, I cannot help you. You must put an end to this arrangement as you began it, by yourself. As for the ring, I'll try to find out who has it now. That's all I can do. Well, Daniel, have you dealt in such a gem as I described? Have you seen it? Heard of it?
What makes you think that I would have seen such a ring as you described?
For one thing, I know that in the past, Claudia has bought several gems from you. And she wanted to show some to Kentucky, I'm sure.
Well, take care, Nathan. Don't involve private license. When you deal with such highly influenced people, and person and a closed mouth and the rest of it. Who would know why someone like her Excellency would want to dispose of gems suddenly?
I know.
You do?
Yes, but I have no interest in her gems, only in the ring which belonged to my wife. I must know who's it given to you.
There are no secrets or royalty is concerned. Yes, the gems were brought to me, both of them.
And the ring, where is it? What price you put on it?
The ring? That was sold the very day it was given to me. The other gem was sold the next day. The money has been given to the woman Claudia Cynthia.
The ring is sold. Well, I must go and find the buyer and get it back.
That would take you a long journey, Nathan.
It's not sold to someone residing here in Jerusalem?
It was sold to a Roman on the same day who was left here. He was already on a ship bound for Rome.
I see. Well, thank you, Daniel.
Perhaps there are some other gems which might take the place of that one. I have many here.
No, I'm afraid it'd have to be that ring or nothing. Well, I shall try my wife. Good day, Daniel. It was sold to a man who's already started back his rent. The ring is gone, my dear.
I see.
I'm sorry, Lois. But sometimes it's not always possible to undo a hasty and ill-considered action.
You don't really believe it was hasty and ill-considered, do you?
What else could it be if you do it one day and regret it so keenly the next?
I don't mean that.
Please, Lois, I don't understand you.
You didn't think my action hasty and ill-considered. You were proud of me for that moment when you thought I was unselfish and honestly interested in the welfare of others. Weren't you?
Yes, I was proud of you.
And now you must be very disappointed to find out that I'm selfish and unable to think of anything or anyone but myself. You may tell me the truth, Nathan.
You want me to hate you, don't you?
I want to know the truth, Nathan.
All right. You are selfish and spoiled. Nevertheless, the precious things that make you need jealous sometimes. Now you've heard it.
I wanted to hear it. And yet it's very remarkable that what you said hasn't changed me at all. Not any more than what he said.
Perhaps his words were meant to keep us stronger than you are. But we must deal in realities, Lois. You have something you must do.
Claudia?
Yes. I depend no little on pilot favors in my business. You're not too well for him to know that you have disappointed Claudia. So you must go to her and ask to be released from your promise. Do it tactfully and without angering her. You understand?
What if she refuses?
We'll talk about that later. If she does refuse.
waiting to hear from you. I thought you'd have come to call on me before then. I had wanted to, Claudia, but I found myself unable to do so. You were ill? No. I had a great deal of thinking to do. Yes, you seem troubled. Claudia, I've been trying to think of ways to tell you. I thought of many ways, but all of them would have been dishonest. Yes, what are you trying to say? You must give me your word that I'll not be offended. After all, it was you who established an equality between us. Now it is very important that I be able to trust you as an equal. Have I ever said anything that would indicate I do not feel that way? No, but then you don't know what I'm about to say. I promise I will not be offended. Then I was 16. Claudia, you must understand that when I made my promise, I meant to carry it out. I didn't give my word lightly. So did I do it because I wanted to impress you or gain your friendship? You mean the promise that each of us would match the sacrifice of the other? Yes. But you were the one who made that suggestion. It must make my weakness now to know. The truth is I cannot do it. I cannot abide by my promise. I have offended you. Perhaps at one time I would have been offended. But something has been happening to me of late. Somehow I'm different. I seem to understand people better than I did. I can sympathize with their feelings and their frailties more than I ever could before. You even sound different. Claudia, what has happened to you? I think it was hearing his words. It put me to shame. I wish I could withstand you. But I'm not. We will release you from my promise. If you wish it. And there will be no resentment. It will not cause His Excellency any trouble or embarrassment. I kept the promise a secret. No one will know that you were released from it. The whole thing shall be forgotten. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. Be quiet now. What is it? I noticed my maidservant standing in the doorway. I wouldn't want her to hear it for your sake. Mara, come here. Yes, mistress. Mara, have you heard anything this woman said? Oh, no, Excellency. You know I never eavesdrop. But you were standing in the doorway. Only because there's someone here to see you. I wanted to tell you. You see, the woman cannot wait too long. I had trouble getting her past the guards at the gate as it was. You had trouble? Why? The poor are never received here, mistress. You must know that. So this is a poor woman. And what does she want? Only to talk to you. I couldn't refuse her, mistress. Would you take the time to see her? Claudia, shall I leave? No, Lord. It can be no secret business. Nora, you may have the woman brought in. Yes, mistress. It is most unusual. Poor woman, coming to call on me. Mistress, this is the woman. There's no reason to throw yourself at my feet, woman. Stand and say what it is that brought you here. Thank you. Were it for myself alone, perhaps I never would have the courage to approach this place. But they kept urging me. They kept telling me someone must go to her. Someone must tell her. They seemed to think that I should do it best. They? Who? All of them. The widow whose husband died, leaving her without even enough to feed her children for the next week. And the blind old man who is now too old and weak to beg. And there are so many others. So many. I myself, who have a husband, lamed and unable to support my children, so that I must see everything and have not known a single good day since all this evil came upon me. You don't know what your kindness has meant here. The help, the kindness, the joy you don't know. Please, Anne, there is no need of crying. Please don't talk of that goodness without shedding tears of thanks. Now that I have told you, I shall not trouble you any longer. Very late. Let me look at you. At me? Lift your face. Let me see it. Look at me. Oh, the tears that stand on your cheeks. Crying and embarrassed. Offended you? No, woman. It has suddenly opened my eyes. And more important, it has opened my heart. I know something now I never knew before. I feel different. Claudia, will you forget everything that I've said to you this day? I will stand by my promise. Oh, Levin, I'm happy to hear you say it. It was whole tears that did it. As I looked upon this woman's face, as I saw the light fall on those pools of thanks and respect, I knew suddenly that they meant more than the sparkle of the gems I held so dearly. There is no warmth in the treasures of this earth, no satisfaction, nothing which can compare with the happiness of this good woman. Claudia, I am ready to live by the Master's word and to give up earthly pleasure for his pleasure.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on the same network at this time, we will present And It Giveth Life, a drama inspired by the 5th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived.